Hello, everyone. Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. How's everybody doing this morning? Not this morning, this evening. Getting all mixed up there. So, yeah, it's nighttime. So, hopefully, everybody's doing good. Hopefully, everybody's been having a good weekend today and everything. I had an outstanding walk, this morning. I did 2.08 miles or something like that, and it was incredible. Was listening to some really great inspirational audios or videos, and I don't watch the videos. I wear a headset, so I just let the video play, and I can hear the video and everything like that. So, hey, Chantel, how you doing? So, but yeah, good stuff, and really enjoyed the walk and everything. Hopefully, you guys had a really good week. And I know some of you tune in for my morning shows and stuff, but if you haven't been tuning into my morning shows, check them out. I have 9 a.m. Coffee with Ray. And that's at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. And then I also do a show in the Real Men Wear Kilts group called the Kilted Warrior Show. And that is at 9:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, and both of those times are Eastern time. So, hey, Holly, how you doing? So, thank you for a happy Veterans Day. Thank you, thank you. I was not the norm yesterday. Everybody was posting pictures of their military, service pictures and everything, and I was just so busy I forgot to post my pictures or a picture or something like that. And I served proudly with the United States Army, and I used to jump out of planes and eat snakes and kill monkeys. And so I did a lot of stuff like that. And then I volunteered. Yes, you volunteered for special service over in Germany, where I was attached to a special fast reactionary force for Patriot missiles. So we were doing a lot of terrorist stuff and everything over there. So it was pretty fun. Got a lot of great training out of that and everything. And then I ended up staying over in Germany for a while. So I ETS means exit the military. I forget what ETS stands for, but yeah, I got out of the military in Germany, stayed there for a while, loved it, and then finally came back over to the United States. So, but yeah, enjoyed my military service and things. There's times I wish I stayed in longer. And then, there's also times when I, especially today or not, these days, as I'm older, my body is starting to feel it and everything. And so, but I loved being in the military. I loved being in special ops, and it was a lot of fun. High speed, low drag, Ginsu operated, and loved Fort Bragg. And then this opportunity, like I said, came up, and I just couldn't turn it down. So it was a lot of fun. I had a pretty exciting military career for my for 6 years, 6 years. Yeah, man, it's been so long, I forget. But yeah, enjoyed the military and everything. So tonight, special topic is how to invest yourself, preparing for hard times. And so spent a lot of time putting together a really cool PowerPoint presentation for you guys, and I hope you really enjoy it and really gain a lot of good information out of this. So, but tonight's topic is how to invest in yourself. And for the past 15 plus years, I have always invested in myself because I've done this. I'm mentally strong, I'm self-determined, I'm self-disciplined, I'm very goal oriented, I'm a very go-getter. And when I started my career as an internet influencer back in 2005, you had to do these things, otherwise you couldn't put food on the table or get the bills paid or anything. So I've been an internet influencer now for, gosh, since 2005, quite a long time now. But you have to have that mental discipline and self-determination and everything. Get up every day, do what you need to do, and hit it hard. I've always invested myself by, reading books. I'm a big book reader. Some of these here is Think and Grow Rich, Awaken the Giant from Within. That's Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins. The Power of One More. This is a book that I've recently read, and it's by Ed Milet. Ed is a great author, and in fact, a little later on, I'm going to recommend some YouTube channels, and Ed is one of those. But I really love Ed Milet because he's a Christian, he's hard charging, and very, very informative. And so I listen to a lot of Ed Milet, and then also Dean Graziosi is another person that I enjoy reading and everything. So I work really hard at reading and self improvement. I also challenge myself a lot. For example, I'm doing right now the 75 hard, and I think today is day 40. Yes, today is day 40 for the 75 hard. And then here is also where I was doing an obstacle course. This is something like a 4 mile obstacle course in the mud. Yeah, in the mud. And so, yeah, I do a lot of things like that to constantly challenge myself and move forward. And then also, I've been following what I call the 1950s diet. And this is something that I've created myself. And it's a spur off of keto. And one of the big things that I was realizing is that keto is not sustainable. In fact, a lot of diets out there are not sustainable. And so I've actually got what I got my CHC, which is certified health coach. And so I've done a lot of studying about this and everything. I wrote a book on ketogenic diet and things. And so I've pulled a lot of that knowledge as well as a lot of my other knowledge from the coaching history and then created what I've called the 1950s diet. I've been on the 1950s diet now since about gosh, December, January, actually January, because I remember starting it because, we're just eating too much during the holidays. So I started what I called the 1950 diet, and I've been following it ever since. And I love it because there's no counting calories, there's no doing macros, no special meals, no special anything that you need to do. And so it's just something that I've been teaching for quite a while, or at least living for quite a while here. Other things I do to invest in myself is I pour into my family, and I work hard at that. I work hard at being a very good husband, very good father. And it's interesting, just recently I learned after so many years of Cynthia, we were really talking about love languages, and Cynthia's love language is service. And so that really clicked in my head. And I've really been working, even pushing myself even further to be very service oriented to her and really help her and things. Another thing that I do to, invest in myself is I leverage the Core 4 system in achieving daily tasks. I've been running Core 4 now for about 7 years. I learned this, about 7 years ago from a gentleman named Garrett White. And in fact, it's interesting. A lot of I guess speakers and motivational speakers and such like that have a morning routine. Tony Robbins called it the hour of power, and then I learned the Core 4 from Garrett White, and then I'm now actually in coaching with a gentleman named Sean Whalen. And I like Sean because he practices the Core 4 as well. But you'll find that almost every motivational speaker or self-help or anything have some sort of morning routine, and they usually last about an hour long. But something I've been doing for a long time. I love it, and it really helps me push forward. And then another thing that I do is I meditate daily. And I've meditated so far 2,822 minutes using Headspace. If you're looking for a great, and I hate to say meditation, what Headspace really teaches you is being present and being mindfulness in a sense. And that's living in the now. That's not living in the past, not living in the future, but learning to live in the now. And I've really enjoyed Headspace, and I subscribe to that service, and I think it's very well worth it. And so, yeah, but I've meditated, 2,822. So I'm shooting for 3,000 minutes on Headspace, but I enjoy it a lot. It really helps me. And in fact, here's a side story here. Side story is that I was listening to Ed Milet today. This was a really, really good walk for me and very motivational. And so I was listening to Ed, and he was talking about how with meditation, he notices himself not being very angry or not popping off. And he's self submits that he's a hothead, and so it's easy to spark him off and things. And I kind of can be the same way. But it was interesting. Had something happen last night. I was drying a little nightcap that I wear when I wear my stupid CPAP thing, and it was drying there, and Cynthia moved it, thinking that I threw it up there for the dogs and all that other stuff. But I found myself getting a little testy with that she moved it, because I was trying to dry it in front of the fan and things. And normally, back in the day, I would have, gotten all angry and upset and everything. And I'd just say, "Hey, Cynthia, did you move that? Okay, cool, fine. Don't touch my stuff there. I'm drying it. Because that's what I'm going to be using tonight." So it was interesting, but it really clicked with me, because what I had Ed Milet said this morning, talking about how his meditation, his mindfulness helps him. And I've noticed it too. I'm not very quick to anger. I'm very patient. I'm very, my head's very clear and things. So, but yeah, real quick story there. But I enjoy Headspace. If you're looking for something, contact me. I'll send you a link for Headspace and everything. But other things I do to invest in myself is I do my morning walks. And if you are on Instagram and you subscribe to my Instagram channel, that's Raymond Moore, or Raymond underscore Moore, or Raymond Moore. I forget which one it is, be honest. @ Raymond Moore. You'll see me do some Instagram videos on my morning walks. And then I wanted to show a picture of myself, why I work out and everything. And that was about, 12 years ago, that I looked like I was a slob, and and not very well in shape or anything like that. But when I decided to turn myself around and start, really taking care of myself, and start developing mental fortitude, determination, grit, perseverance, and stuff, I work out. And then here, proof. I don't know, you can't see it. There it goes. But yeah, I had to take that picture, because I just, was done working out my arms, and I was like, man, that looks good. I need to take a picture of that. So, but yeah, this is what I do, morning workouts. Now, the question I have for you is, what are you doing to invest in yourself? You know, Here we see this guy, he's a couch potato. We see this lady who's really overwhelmed. We see this couple, they've basically turned into a roommate marriage. And what is that guy carrying there? Oh my goodness, it looks fries and tacos and everything. Instead of being, equipped with AR stuff, he's all equipped with fast food junk. So, is that you? And so, investing in yourself takes time, effort, and money. This is why it's called investing. So, but the great thing about investing in yourself is that you always see an ROI. ROI stands for return on investment. And so whenever you are working at yourself, and whenever you are investing in yourself or anything, you are investing in you. My motto is, when I ask, why am I doing this? I'm doing it for me, myself, and my family. And so I'm investing in me, so that I am the better, stronger person, more determined, more persistence, more determination, grit, so forth and so on. And again, I'm doing this because, I believe in the Great Depression coming here, and it's just, I see all the signals, and I bet you guys do too. But the when you invest in yourself, you will see a better you. You'll see a better you in your health. You'll see a better you in yourself. You'll see a better you in your love, and you'll see a better you in your money. So this is why you want to invest in yourself, because you become the better person, and not just the common man. And but the problem is that, and this I've always heard, and what I always see and hear and everything, is everybody makes excuses. And it was funny today. I actually challenged someone, and he took me up on that challenge and did it. But most people give me excuses. You hear, oh, too much hassle, too much time, too much money, too much effort. People don't want to invest themselves. They do not want to be the better person. They are satisfied and settling being the common man. And we don't want to do that. We want to be the better person. And so here's some insight. Reason why you are where you are is because you are not investing in yourself. So if you've got, these issues, if you're looking at the couch potato person, or you're overwhelmed, or your marriage just sucks and everything, or you're packing around a bunch of McDonald's food in your carry all there, then you're not investing in yourself. Okay, so you are fat. Why? It's all you. You're overwhelmed. Why? Because it's all you. You have no money. Why? Because it's all you. Your marriage sucks. Why? Because it's all you. I mean, most people are sick and tired being sick and tired, and it's all you. It's all on you. And yeah, I'm saying some mean stuff here and everything, but doggone it, like it or not, this is the truth. And I was there. I was living it. And so, yeah, I was fat. I was overwhelmed. Marriage not great. Money sucked. All this other stuff. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired until I finally did something about it and started working on myself. And the thing is, you can too. And there's nothing within you to fix you. This is the interesting thing. There is nothing within you that you can fix. No matter how hard you try, you can't fix it. What you need is an outside force. Uh, Great saying here by Albert Einstein. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. So, you know, why are you fat? Why are you overweight? Why does your marriage suck? Why are you not taking care of yourself? Why? And Einstein said it right there. We cannot solve the problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Biggie. So, again, where are we? Why are we? Einstein said it. You cannot fix yourself with the thinking and actions that you use to get there where you are. This means that you need to have outside force, be it books, videos, learned diets, systems, and coaching to make it happen. You cannot change where you are by yourself, because it's your thinking that you had that got you in that place that will not get you out. It's that thinking that will not allow you that. So, like it or not, as many people say is, oh, I'm going to change myself. No, you're not, because you don't have the fortitude or the mental fortitude to do it. You have to have an outside force to help you change. Now, people say, well, I'm doing it on myself. Well, how are you doing it? Well, I read this Jenny Craig book. Well, that's the outside force. Well, or other people. Well, how'd you do it? Well, I'm watching, some, Tony Robbins video. Well, that's the outside force. So you cannot change you unless you have an outside force helping you. And that's just the fact. Like it or not, you are holding you back, and you will stay there until you ask for help for some outside force. In my research here, what I've done is, and a lot of you guys know this, I've done a lot of research. I'm continuing to research. I'm continuing to read, and it was in fact interesting. I was talking to a gentleman at church. He is my depression era expert. He's 96 years old, and this guy is just rocking it. And but I sat there and talked to him. Every time I get a chance, I want to sit and talk. I ask about his family and everything. And how did he make it? How did his family did it? Well, again, his parents were very determined, and they did a lot of side hustles. And in fact, was interesting. His dad was a farmer and everything, but as a side hustle, he used to sell herbs and everything, or wild plants, a lot of the wild edibles and a lot of the wild medicinals and things here in this area. And so this is one of the ways that they made extra income. His mother also peeled tomatoes and worked a side gig for the cannery, actually peeling tomatoes and stuff. And so, but the interesting fact is that Marshall said, no matter what, we always had food on the table. It was always a good family environment, and they were loved. They felt that, they knew that. And so their parents were prepared. Their parents had determination, persistence, grit, and mental fortitude. That was something that got them through. He also told me that, they did have a rather large garden and everything. So they canned up a lot. They were on the farm. So, they cured a lot of the pork and everything because they had pigs. And, they also, did a lot of those things. So they were very self-sufficient. where, again, a lot of people, the common man today is not very self-sufficient. Now, I'm going to spoil it for you here. There's a lot of preppers out there that got a lot of beans, bulls, band-aids, and Bibles, but what they're lacking is mental fortitude. And it's that mental fortitude that will help you get through the storm. So, in my research, again, Great Depression discovered that they face the same issues that we are facing today. There are those who had prepared, had strong determination, grit, mental fortitude, and so forth. And then there were those who, didn't prepare mentally or physically. And there were a lot of people like that. I'm calling these people the common man. And I mean, you guys know what that is, the common man. Another name in prepper terms, sheeple. The sheeple didn't prepare. The sheeple didn't do it and everything. And because of that, the sheeple got slaughtered and also suffered greatly because of what took place and what happened and everything, because they didn't, they were not mentally strong, mental fortitude, determination, persistence, grit, and everything. And then also they just didn't prepare. And so the thing is that we see what is coming down the path. I mean, I don't know about you and me. I mean, we see it. I see it. I'm thinking that you see it and stuff. We see economic collapse. Yeah, I'm worried about, well, no, I'm not. I'm not really worried about EMP nukes, zombie apocalypse, and all these other crazy things that we read and see in the movies and such and such. What I am concerned is what's right in front of my face right now, and that is economic situations, economic collapse. And like I've said before, more and more reporters and more journalists and everything that I'm reading in the financial rags and stuff, they're using the word depression. And so, like it or not, folks, we are already in a recession. So it's there. But those who did invest in themselves, prepared mentally and physically, they did well. I challenge you to research, families that did well during the Depression. And there were a lot of them. I can't say there were tons, but there were a lot of people who did do it. They did make it. They made it. They did it because they were mentally prepared, mentally and physically. They had it with them. And all what we need to do is we need to heed history and we need to learn from their lessons. And so, with that said, it's my hope to help you with some recommendations here, folks. So whip out your notepad and start getting ready to take some notes here, because I'm going to make some recommendations on how to invest in yourself. So, one, books I recommend. Probably the biggest book, and it's just, and the reason this is so fresh in my mind is Ed Mylett, The Power of One More. This is a book that is mind changing. It is incredible. I truly, truly love that book. I'll probably read it again here very soon. I highlighted the heck out of it. And it is a very great book. I want to say it runs somewhere around $16 on Amazon, good price and stuff. So again, pay to invest. So Waken the Giant Within, very, very good book. It's one of Tony Robbins' older books. It's about that thick, but really, really good. Dean Graziosi just came out with a new book probably about, I think a year ago. But it's the Millionaire Success Habits. And these are the habits that, again, millionaires choose and did to become successful. Now, a book that I'm actually reading right now, and I'm really enjoyed it. And I have to warn you, it's a tad wordy because it was written around 1920. And that's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Anybody who has been successful in life has read Think and Grow Rich. It's just one of those. It's like the Bible of self-help and success. And then finally, another favorite book of mine that I've recommended a lot of times here on the channel is Who Moved My Cheese. It's a very thin book. I want to say it costs somewhere around $16 or $12, something like that. Sometimes you can find them on sale, or if you're using Amazon, look for the used book section and you'll find them rather inexpensively. But this is a must read. It's a mind changer. It talks about changing your mind and your mindset and where you are first. And basically what it is accepting change and recognizing change. So many people today, don't recognize change. They continue to just go on with normal and everything like that. They see the high prices at the grocery store, but they're not doing anything about it. They see the high prices at the gas pumps, but they're not doing anything about it. They see that their paycheck is getting smaller and smaller, but again, they don't do anything about it. And so, Who Moved My Cheese is a book that I've recommended not millions, but a lot of times here on the channel because it really tells you and teaches you how to create a mind change. And that is one of the first steps that you need to do when you choose to start to invest in yourself is start looking at that mind change. The common man, the sheeple, has a certain mindset. We are not the sheeple. We're preppers. We are people who are working hard to survive the coming storm and SHTF. We are a different breed of people, but we need to get out of that sheeple habit that we've been so used to and start, pushing forward. So these are some of the books that I recommend. And what I'll do is I'll even put a list later together of all the books that I really enjoy. I'm reading all the time. YouTube channels that I highly recommend. Again, guess it. Dean Graziosi, Ed Milet, Tony Robbins, and then this is the coach that I'm under right now, the mentor that I'm seeking help with, and he's helping me better and everything. You can never stop growing, folks. That's the key. You never stop growing. You always need teachers. You always need to better improve yourself. You always need to push forward. That's why you see in a lot of times where I'm always, when I get an email from me, if you get a post from me or something, I'm always saying, keep pushing forward. That's what we always need to do. You never stop learning. You never stop growing. And so Sean Whalen is my coach, and I tons of great stuff. And then, of course, there is this guy named Raymond Moore. I also highly recommend that you watch him as well. So, but these are some YouTube channels that I listen to a lot and pay attention to. And when I'm on my walks, I'll turn on a video and put on my headset and start walking. Other things I recommend people do is follow the 1950s diet. And again, no counting calories, no counting macros, no special meals that you need to purchase. You don't have to go down to Jenny Craig or get her Jenny Craig meals, or what are some of the nutrition meals, or whatever some of these other special diets where you got to buy their stinking meals for an arm and a leg and everything. And then reason I started this diet and I created this diet is because of the ketogenic world that I used to live in. And again, I was a certified health coach, wrote a book about it, all this other stuff and everything. But the big thing that I kept running into, not only with the people that I was coaching and helping and mentoring, is that, and then with myself, it is not maintainable for the long term. Now, there's people out there that have been doing it and everything, good on them. But for someone who's working hard at growing and doing better and everything, I found it over the long term. And I did keto for, gosh, 3 years. 3 years, 4 years, something like. And it just, I found it very difficult to maintain. And so it was very hard for me to coach people in something that I was having, qualms about and things. So I stopped coaching keto, but there's a lot of positive things with the ketogenic diet that I do implement into the 1950s diet. I also recommend that you start learning and operating within the core four system, health, self, love, money. And these are the 4 areas of the core four that every day I work hard at. And I spend today on, excuse me, I spend about 2 hours. I have what's called an all day core four. But what I do with people who are starting the core four system is I just do them a morning core four and help them get moving with that. But I strongly recommend that you get on a core four system. Then finally, again, I'm creating a portal here, folks, and I've been talking about this for a while, and it's something that has been near and dear on my heart. I feel really led by the Lord to do this. It's something that, like I said, I've been thinking about probably for the last 6 to 8 months and how to do it. And finally, the how presented itself, and I'm really excited about what I'm doing here. So I'm creating a portal site where I'll be teaching how to live your best life and be that better person. And I'm just super excited about that. I'm teaching people how to leverage and use the core four system that I've been using now for over 7 years. It works. It's great. It powers you up. I'm going to also be teaching people the 1950s diet. And I have about 300 recipes. And what I'm going to be doing is just updating the recipes every week. So I'm creating a section where I'm just going to be dropping in recipes. And every week I'm going to continue dropping them in, dropping them in, dropping them in. Because in no way in heck can I upload 300 recipes all at once and everything with what the system I've invested in and things. So, but I'm working very hard to get this portal up and running in the very near future. I was hoping to have it up by this weekend, but it's a no-go. And so what I'm looking at is maybe next weekend or the middle of the following week to have this portal up and running. And so this is where I'm going to be helping folks and things. So I've invested a lot in helping people, and this is something again I truly believe in, and it's my mission. And I truly see, once this portal gets moving and everything, us turning it into a mutual assistance group and really helping each other, really help people accountable, help them, develop more mental fortitude, determination, persistence, grit, and everything. And the thing is, though, is that you are going to have to invest in yourself. And so I've kept the price very low, and I've been advised to, actually charge several $100s for it. But I just, I don't want to do that. I really want to open this up to the common person so that they can afford this and that they can do this and keep it there. And then that way people will be able to operate it. The price that I am is determined is $43.50. Basically, folks, that equates to 2 trips to McDonald's for a family of 3. How do I know that? Is because we just went to McDonald's, 3-4 days ago and everything, and it costs stinking 27 stinking dollars for a family of 3, you know. And Cynthia didn't even get the big meal. I got the number one, the quarter pounder cheese meal, and Sarah, our daughter got the children's, the Happy Meal and everything, and Cynthia just got a sandwich, but it came up to 27 stinking bucks. Can you believe fast food? My goodness. So, but in the cost of 2 McDonald's trips, again, that's what it'd pay for. So if this is something you guys are interested, getting involved in and everything, what I want you to do is you guys to email me and let me know. I'm building an email list right now. And what I want to do with that list is keep you guys informed, let you guys know about things. I'm going to start slowly ramping people up and everything so that once the portal is moving and such, then, you are already in the game. You're already moving. You're already jumping on it. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. But the question is, my goal is to keep you informed in the progress so that we know what's going on. And again, like I said, I'm going to kind of start ramping you guys up so outside the portal. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But the big question is, you need to ask you, are you worth it for you and your family? Are you worth to invest in yourself? And will you do it? Because again, I see a hard time coming. And I really believe that the sheeple are going to really suffer. And those who have prepared mentally and physically are going to make it. So it is, very true that it's going to happen. And so where are we going to end up? Are you going to be on the happy side of the fence? Or are you going to be on the, oh, I wish I did it side of the fence and live a life of regret? Because you don't want to be living through a economic collapse and so forth during that sort of time, and then learning all this stuff, as best as you could on your own. And, it's going to be hard, folks. So this is why I feel led to do this and why I'm going to do that. And so those of you who are interested, make sure that you contact me. Again, ray@raymondmoore.com, ray@raymondmoore.com, and hope to see you there. So, whew, yeah, invest in yourself, folks, because I've been doing it for a long time and I love my life. I live in a very exciting, fruitful, very good life. And so this is something I want to teach you. I know that I can teach you guys a lot of tricks, tips, and so forth. So any questions from the peanut gallery? Anybody got any questions or anything like that? Let's see what everybody's been saying. I've been sitting here looking at my slides and stuff, so I really haven't been paying attention to the comments here. We got Chantel, Holly, Karen. Hey, Karen, we got my wonderful wife Cynthia in here. Chantel, Holly did it. So excited about this. Me too. You are right about that. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you so much. So folks, do me a favor. If you are new here, like, subscribe, share, ring that little bell, and you'll get notified whenever I do post new videos or whenever I post a video in itself. And if you're watching on Facebook, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Come on, help it. and leave some comments below. What are your thoughts and stuff? Because sometimes in the Facebook stuff, I can't see the Facebook comments. So make sure that you leave comments here in Facebook as well if you're watching on Facebook. And if you are watching on Facebook, hop on over to YouTube and go subscribe to my channel. Like, subscribe, share. And so that's pretty much it for tonight, folks. Again, kind of a short evening and everything. I want to keep it short, sweet, and to the point, and just make sure that you continue to invest in yourself. Don't give yourself excuses. Invest in yourself. In fact, shout out to Thomas Stales. I don't know if I'm saying his last name correctly, and shoot me if I'm wrong. But I challenged him today, and I'm helping and coaching him and getting him moving and things. And I challenged him to make a Facebook video today. And so he did for his business, and he rocked it. So good job on you, Thomas. So very good, very good. So that's everything, folks. Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. You've been watching Kilted Prepper Live. Saturday night. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. And kilt on, everybody.